Every day, millions of seniors open this same door, that glowing refrigerator, believing it's keeping their food healthy and safe. But what if one of the world's most trusted foods changes inside that cold box in ways we can't see? I'm talking about potatoes, the comfort food we've loved since childhood. They look harmless, they feel fresh, yet in the wrong environment, they quietly lose nutrition, change chemistry, and even create toxic compounds. So today, let's talk about why refrigeration can ruin your potatoes and what simple fix could protect your health, your wallet, and your Sunday dinner. Potatoes are alive. Even after they're harvested, they breathe, react, and try to protect themselves. When the temperature drops below 45 degrees Fahrenheit, their natural starch turns into sugar. Scientists call this cold-induced sweetening. It's the potato's way of surviving a pretend winter. But when you later bake or fry that potato, those extra sugars collide with amino acids, creating something far more dangerous: acrylamide. The World Health Organization calls acrylamide a probable carcinogen. You can't see or smell it, but it forms every time a sweetened potato hits high heat. Researchers at the University of Idaho tested more than 500 potato samples. After just 2 weeks in a refrigerator, sugar levels jumped by 300%. That's triple the sweetness and triple the acrylamide potential. So if you've ever wondered why your fries taste unusually sweet or why your mashed potatoes feel a little gritty, your fridge might be the culprit, not your recipe. Cold doesn't just sweeten potatoes, it breaks their very structure. Imagine tiny balloons in each potato cell filled with water and starch. Refrigeration makes those balloons collapse. The result? Mealy texture, dull color, and a flavor that feels flat and off balance. For older adults, these changes affect more than taste. Cold damaged starch digests faster, spiking blood sugar instead of releasing energy steadily. And for anyone managing diabetes or heart disease, that's a real concern. We live in a world obsessed with refrigeration. Modern kitchens are built around it, a giant box of trust humming in the corner. But for thousands of years, our ancestors stored potatoes the natural way, in underground pits, clay jars, or root cellars that stayed cool but never freezing. Those spaces averaged 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the potato's comfort zone. When electric fridges appeared in the 1900s, we simply assumed colder means cleaner. We forgot that every food has its own biology. Even outside the fridge, potatoes face another threat: light. Have you ever seen a potato with green skin? That's solanine, a natural poison the plant produces when exposed to light. It's the potato's built-in insect repellent, but for humans it can cause nausea or headaches. So the trick is balance: dark but not damp, cool but not cold. Another hidden mistake: storing potatoes next to onions. Both release gases that make the other spoil faster. So even if you store them correctly, keeping them side by side cuts their lifespan in half. Give them space, a few feet apart, and both will last for months. All right, let's fix it for good. Here's your ideal setup: a cool, dark spot, maybe a pantry corner or a cardboard box in a closet. Temperature around 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Airflow is key, so use paper or mesh bags, never plastic. Remove any sprouting or soft potatoes right away, and one bad one ruins the bunch. Done correctly, potatoes can last up to 3 months without losing taste or nutrition. Now, why does this small detail matter so much for seniors? As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations, oxidative stress, and inflammatory compounds like acrylamide. By storing food properly, we don't just protect its flavor. We protect our digestion, our heart, even our brain. Potatoes are packed with potassium and vitamin C, nutrients that support nerve and muscle health. But refrigeration destroys a lot of that value within days. So that simple choice, fridge versus pantry, can quietly shape how energized or tired you feel. Think of your body like a garden. Every meal you prepare is a seed you plant. When you handle food the way nature intended, you let that garden thrive. Nutrients flow, energy circulates, and inflammation stays low. But when you cool what shouldn't be cooled or overheat what should be gentle, you interrupt that cycle. For older adults, balance is everything. A small storage correction today might mean steadier mornings, clearer thinking, and fewer sugar crashes tomorrow. We live in a time when convenience rules. We refrigerate because it's easy, we reheat because it's fast, and we forget that speed sometimes costs quality. But nature never rushed. A potato stored the right way ages gracefully, just like us. It holds its strength, its sweetness, its purpose. So when you slow down long enough to store things right, you're doing more than saving a vegetable. You're preserving your own vitality. My grandmother used to keep her potatoes under the sink in a small wicker basket. As a kid, I thought she just didn't know about modern appliances. Years later, I realized she was doing exactly what science now recommends. Her mashed potatoes were always creamy, never sweet, never grainy, and they kept for weeks. Sometimes the old ways really were the wise ways. The more we understand food chemistry, the more we see how small habits ripple through our health. Researchers say potatoes aren't the only victims. Coffee, garlic, and tomatoes all react badly to cold. But potatoes are unique because of that starch to sugar switch and its connection to acrylamide. That's not a reason for fear. It's a reason for awareness. So here's your quick recap. 1. Potatoes in the fridge turn their starch to sugar. 2. Those sugars can form harmful compounds when cooked. 3. Cold damages texture and flavor. 4. The best spot is cool, dark, and dry, not freezing. 5. Never store near onions or in plastic. Follow these 5 rules and your potatoes will stay delicious and nourishing far longer. Changing how we store food might sound small, but it's part of a larger shift, reclaiming control of our kitchens. Every time we understand the why behind a habit, we become better caretakers of our bodies. Because health doesn't start in hospitals, it starts in quiet daily choices. In the end, longevity isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about awareness, knowing when nature already gave us the right answer. So tonight, before you close that fridge door, take a second look. Maybe move that bag of potatoes out to the pantry. Let them breathe. Let them live the way nature intended. Because sometimes good health isn't about what we add, it's about what we stop doing. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. If this message helped you, share it with someone who loves cooking or someone who's trying to eat better after 60. And if you'd like more science-backed tips for simple, healthy living, subscribe. We're here every week, learning, healing, and staying curious together. Until next time, keep your heart warm, your food fresh, and your potatoes out of the fridge.